Okay, on this question, it says the angle of depression of an object refers to the angle whose initial side is the horizontal line above the object and whose terminal side is the line of sight to the object below the horizontal. From a fire tower 200 feet above level ground in the Sasquatch National Forest, a ranger spots a fire off in the distance. The angle of depression to the fire is 2.9 degrees. How far away from the base of the tower is the fire? Okay, so let's try to draw what they're talking about. So we have this like tower. Here's the ground. Make the ground green. So this is the ground. This is the tower. And there's a fire way over here. And the angle of depression, let's draw the line straight to the fire there. Okay. This is the horizontal, right? That's flat. So this, let me change the color. This right here is, which is it? It's 2.9 degrees. 2.9 degrees angle depression. So that's below the horizontal. Does that make sense? So the fire, here's the top of the tower where the fire worker looks out and sees the fire far away. They have instruments that tell you, like when you spot things, how far below the horizontal you are. That's called the angle of depression. How far you're depressed, pushed down below flat, below the horizontal, as you're spotting the fire. You have an instrument, and you aim it right at the fire. And it says the tower is 200 feet. So this tower is 200 feet tall above level ground. And the ranger right up there at the top spots the fire, and the angle of depression, his instrument tells him he's looking at an angle 2.9 degrees below the horizontal angle of depression. How far away is the fire? So they want us to find out this distance down here. Right here, all the way there. There, right from the base of the tower to the fire. So what it says, from the base of the tower is the fire. So here's the base of the tower. There's the fire. So what is this distance? That's what we want to try to find. What is that distance? Okay. So we have a right triangle, assuming the tower is built straight up. It's not the leaning tower, the leaning fire tower. That's weird. So this is X or D. Let's just call it D for distance. It's D for distance. It was a weird D. D for distance. And so one thing we're going to have to do is first get an angle that's inside the triangle. So we have this triangle right here, but we don't know this angle. We know this one's 90, and we don't know that one. So we really want to get this angle right here. Can you see how we get that angle? To get this angle right here, it's 90 minus 2.9, which is going to be 87.1 degrees. Right, because these together make 90, don't they? Because this is straight down, the tower straight up and down, and this is perfectly horizontal, right? This is the angle below the horizontal. So these together make 90. So this part is 2.9, 90 take away 2.9. This angle's got to be 87.1. Okay. So then if we now know that this angle right here is 87.1, this is the opposite side from that angle. This is the hypotenuse, and this must be the adjacent side. See how I'm coming up with that? From this angle of 87.1, this side is opposite. It's across from the 87.1. This is the hypotenuse because it's across from the right angle always. And this last side must be the adjacent. So what two sides am I talking about? I'm talking about the opposite D, which is what I'm trying to find. The adjacent is 200. So I need Opposite and adjacent. I don't really care about the hypotenuse at all. I don't know the hypotenuse, nor do I want the hypotenuse. I want the opposite side, and I know the adjacent side is 200. So I have opposite and adjacent. Which trig function deals with opposite and adjacent? Let's write them out. So the memory device for our trig functions is SOHCAHTOA, right? From the notes, SOHCAHTOA. So which trig function? Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. Tangent is opposite over adjacent. There's what we want, because we, again, have opposite we're trying to find. Adjacent we know. Opposite and adjacent, tangent. So we'll grab that. We'll go to tangent of that angle, 87.1 degrees, is opposite over adjacent. So it's D over 200, right? Because that's opposite is D, and adjacent is the 200. Okay, so now we're going to solve this for the D. So multiply both sides by 200. Whenever you have a denominator, just multiply by 201, cancels. So we get 200 tangent 87.1 degrees equal D. The 200's canceled out. Hit the buttons on your calculator. Make sure you're in degree mode. 200 times the tangent, what is it? 87.1. I'm getting 3948.058. Let me sure. I'm gonna double check my mode. Was my mode? Yeah, it was degrees. So that's the right answer. They want it to the nearest foot. So that'd just be 3948 feet. We don't, that's the nearest foot, right? We just round to the nearest whole number. 3948 feet away. That's how many feet away that fire is. And so there we go.